Okay, this problem number 7, they give me A1, they give me AN, they give me SN, and they're asking for two things: what's R and what's N. So I'm gonna talk through the work, right? And as I do that, I want to make sure you know I'm using what they've given me. So I'm gonna write the AN down first. All right. So AN is minus 243 over 64, and what's that equal to? Well, it's equal to A1, and what's A1 minus 1/3 times R to the n minus 1. And, looking at this thing, it looked kind of, really kind of creepy to me. So I'm going to multiply both sides by minus 3. And if I did that, I would get, 3 times 200, 600, 729. I'll put that down. Over 64 is equal to R n minus 1. All right, I'm going to get my eraser out. I'm going to erase this over here. And I want to look at the key. And I want to show you that this thing's staring at me right over here. All right. Yeah, you can make an assumption the R is really a simple number, but I'm not going to make any assumptions about it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next stage. I'm going to erase this over here. I got this. And what else did they tell me? They told me something about SN. And what's SN? I'll write this down. Minus 463. I'll write it down for you. Let me just remind myself. 192. And what does that equal? Well, it's going to be 1 minus R to the n. I still don't know what R is, by the way. 1 minus R times A1. What's A1? Minus 1/3. Again, my gut feeling over here is I want to kind of simplify it a tiny little bit. All right, a tiny, tiny little bit. So I'm going to multiply both sides by minus 3. And so that's going to be 463 times 3. Well, it's going to be 1,200, 180, and 9. So 1,389. Did I do that right? Yeah, 1,389. Over 192 equals 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. Well, let's try something now, all right? And I want to kind of focus in on what I have. And if I can, I'm going to write this as 1,389 minus 1,389R equals 192 minus 192RN. Well, I'm kind of looking at that. It would be nice if I got the R's on one side, the constants on the other. Let me get my eraser out. And I'll see if I can do that. So 1,389 minus 192. Let's see, 7. This would be 18, 9, 1, 1197. I'll put this down. Equals 1,389R minus 192R to the n. Well, that's an important equation, by the way, but I'm looking at this guy over here and I'm thinking to myself it sure would be nice if I saw an n minus 1 as an exponent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor it out. Someone says factor what out? Factor an R out. And what do you get? 1,389 minus 192R to the n minus 1. All right? So I'm gonna show you where this is in your notes. All right, so I got two pretty important things at this point, and what I can do now is plug in. Right? So let's put this down. So it's going to be 1197. I don't know what R is, by the way. 1389 minus 192 times, well, r to the n minus 1 is 729 over 64. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, it looks like it might be a really simple arithmetic problem. I think so anyway. 1197 r 1389 minus, and 64 goes into 192 3 times. And 3 times 729 is 2100. And that is going to be, 3 times 700 is 2100. 3 times 2 is 60. And 3 times 9 is 27. So you can get 2187. All right, let me get my eraser out. I'm going to start to erase things that I no longer need, including if they're wrong. You know, sometimes I say I don't need these things. I might have made a mistake, but I'm kind of done with all this stuff over here. A lot of manipulation, but I get something. You know, I got this equation over here, and I got that highlighted. I'm going to erase that over here. And I did my arithmetic over here. I did this, and I'm left with this over here. So I'm kind of trying to focus in on that, right? So I'm going to do some more arithmetic, and I'm going to write down 2187, and I'm going to subtract away 1389. Let's see, that would be 7, 17, 8, that would be 0, 17, let's see, 9, this would be 1, this would be 10, I get a 7, 798. All right, let me write this down. 1197 equals 798R. All right, kind of plowing forward. I'm sorry, that's negative. I forgot what I was doing over there. Negative number. So what do I get? R. I know what R is now. What is going to be? Minus 1197 over 798. That kind of looks nasty, doesn't it? They're divisible by 3. So I want to go through that with you. I'm going to erase this over here. Maybe I'm a little weak in the arithmetic department, but I'm going to just divide both of those numbers by 3. So 3 into 798. That goes 2. 6, 1, 9. 6, 18, 1, 8. And that's going to go 6. 266. Erase my arithmetic. Don't need it anymore. And I got to divide the top by 3. Let me do that for you. 3 into 1197. Let's see, 3, that would be 9. 2, 9. Let's see, 9, 27. 27. And that would be 9 again, 399. You can erase her out. Yeah, it's slow process reduction, isn't it? Especially if you go slowly with it. And I'm looking at it, and 6 to 12, well, that's more difficult, isn't it? I'm going to say 133. All right, let me see if I can do that. I'm dividing top and bottom by 133. It's tough, though. What's 133? Well, 3, right? And that would be 2. So minus 3 over 2. So I got the R. So it's a long process to get that, but we did get the R. All right? So let me erase. A lot of work, though, wasn't it? We got the R. Let's see what their other question was, though. It was tough to get the R, by the way. Oh, what's the N? I can do that now. And why is that? We got a really nice equation over here. And let's put this down for you. So what do I got? I got minus 3 over 2. We're using this equation right here. N minus 1 equals 729 over 64. And again, I'm not opposed to using a calculator, by the way. But this is going to be minus 3 halves to the n. And then it's going to be minus 3 halves to the minus 1 equals 729 over 64. This is going to be minus 3 halves to the n. This is actually going to be minus 2/3 equals 729 over 64. And then I'm going to, I'll write this down, minus 3 over 2 to the n. And this is going to be what? Minus, I'm multiplying both sides by 3 halves. So it's going to be 3 times 729 over 2 times 64. Well, I got to write this down, minus 3 over 2. And by the way, this looks like a power of minus 3 over 2. Let's take a stab at it. 64 is 2 times 2 is 4, 8, 16, 32, 6. This would be 7. All right? Now, by the way, this is also going to be 3 to the 7th power. You may need a calculator to verify that, but n is 7. Works out pretty nice. By the way, I knew n was an integer in the problem, so that does help me somewhat. Okay? That's a tougher problem. I realize arithmetically, manipulative, it was really tough. Thank you.